Hello and welcome to Mormons, Mystics, and Muons. This short episode I'll be reading my latest Substack post entitled, A God of Our Own Image. The more I heal personally, the better father I become for my two boys, and the more I understand God. Many of us were raised to believe that God created man in his image. The more I heal, the more I realized what a healed father embodies, and am able to set aside behaviors that stemmed from my own wounds. A healed father doesn't create rules that are encouraged by reward and enforced by punishment. Instead, he teaches his children principles that have brought him happiness and connection. When he does set rules, they are ones where the natural rewards of obeying and the natural consequences of disobeying are usually self-evident. When a healed father is questioned about rules, he explains the reasons behind them and doesn't have to fall back on his authority as their father. When a child disobeys a rule, a healed father is able to understand his own emotions and where they are coming from. He doesn't take his own emotions out on his child by punishing them or sending them out of his presence. He doesn't claim that the punishment is for their own good and that he has no choice because of some higher law he himself must follow. He doesn't label disobedient children as evil, get offended by their behavior, or withdraw his presence from them. A healed father understands that children are doing the absolute best that they can, given their biology and the circumstances they find themselves in after he brought them into the world. Instead of withdrawing his presence from his disobedient children, a healed father increases his presence. Instead of sending them away in punishment, he sometimes asks if they need time alone to center themselves. A healed father loves himself and needs no validation from external sources, as he finds his own inherent worth within. He doesn't require deference or worship from his children because of his position as their father. His reward is their happiness. When a child points out behavior of his that is hurtful or wrong, helping him understand a better way of doing things, a healed father looks inward, owns his mistakes, and accepts counsel. He is grateful for the opportunity to grow and looks forward to helping his children become an even better parent than he is. A healed father teaches his children that their worth is in no way connected to what they do, what they wear, or what they put on or into their bodies. Their worth is an inextricably inherent property of their existence. He teaches them that they are always loved and that they themselves are love. By creating this unconditional self-worth, he raises children who inherently trust themselves to stay away from harmful and addictive relationships with people, substances, and behaviors. A healed father recognizes his own limitations and is free from delusions that he is perfect or all-knowing. He continually seeks growth and wisdom from all sources. He understands that the goal is not for his children to grow up and become like him, but to go further, to places he does not yet know exist. He looks forward to them reaching stages of development where they can turn around and help him continue his growth. A healed father explains to his children that he is doing the best that he knows how to, but that they will find better ways than he has. And when they do, they need to follow their own intuition over his guidance. A healed father trusts his children. A healed father owns his actions. When he learns from his mistakes and evolves, he doesn't try to justify or hide his past mistakes, but allows them to be examples of growth to his children. When he makes mistakes, he apologizes to those he's hurt, so that his children learn how to do the same. He doesn't project his shadow and shortcomings onto his children, other people, or metaphysical forces outside of himself. He sets the example for his children by integrating his shadow, having compassion on himself and on these parts, understanding why they came into being, and lovingly bringing them back into an integrated whole. A healed father doesn't need to be the leader of the family, putting himself in a position above his wife. He doesn't pretend that she is an equal while reserving ultimate authority if they can't come to an agreement. He doesn't hide her from the public or from his children under the guise of protecting her. Instead, he supports her and encourages her to step into her own power, which he recognizes is different and complementary to his. He trusts that she knows best for herself. He respects the complementary nature and strengths of genders, while also recognizing that the goal is not to remain static in these archetypes, but to integrate the strengths of the other gender into one's own being. Healing as a father is a lifelong process. The further along I get, the more I understand that mankind wasn't created in God's image. Rather, wounded fathers and mothers created God in their own image. Sometimes children from the most wounded parents experience the deepest healing, being left with no other option. The more they heal, the more they learn to understand their parents and the wounds that made them who they are, gaining the strength and skills to help their parents finally heal. As we heal, it falls on us to heal the God mankind created.